So when we are going to work multiple person in a project, so we will get more work output at a time, because one person can work 8 hours means only 8 hours output will become. If the person is increasing, output will be get more. So here exactly time is directly proportional to money here, because how much time you will work, that much of money is going to be earned. So most of the companies people they will work these fundamentals only. Time is directly proportional to money, because each and every company will be working as in group, because multiple person they are hiring the team and they are giving the work, and daily they are multiplying that work into time, how many times they are working. So that will become here time is directly proportional to money, because right now in the market you can see the software people who are working, they are working with the hourly base, because how many hours they will work, that much of money the company people are earning. And monthly the company has decided some money to you, they have fixed some packages, salary packages to you, that you are getting every month, but the company is earning more money from you. He is giving some less money to you, because he is earning in dollars, some thousands of dollars he is getting, but he is giving some hundred of dollars to you, that's all, per day earning. So here the same concept again in BIM also we will work in this way, because multiple person should be there in a team, and that team when we are going to work, and that work we will get output and we can earn more money on that. So here the BIM concept also will be the same here. So here the collaboration means nothing but get together work, means is a teamwork, because now we have to work in a team. So already I told you, because our Revit, this collaboration work, we can work in two ways. One is online, because the BIM project we can work in online work also we can do, and offline work also we can do. So online work and offline work. Online means here BIM 360 is the platform where we can work in online, and here the offline is nothing but LAN or WAN connection we have to do in our offices. So there will be offline work will be there, means local server. The office there will be a local server will be there. In that server the project files they are going to keep, and that files everyone is going to open and they will work the projects. That is offline. During the time of lockdown, many people has work from home also. Many companies has given the work from home also. So that time how they work, they have worked with the online server. Because nowadays most of the companies you can see they are purchasing online cloud server, and they are putting all the files in that server, and through that server online they are sitting at home, they are sitting under the tree, they are sitting at the road, wherever they want, but they need an internet connection, that's all. They are doing the work. Nowadays many people, many marketing executives, many more companies people are doing work roaming, and they are doing the work. No need to sit at home, no need to sit at offices for the continuation of this work. Okay, so that work we will call as online. And online, whatever the works we are doing, that works in BIM we have a platform, and that platform we will call as a BIM 360. BIM 360 is a platform where we can able to work online like cloud server. So nowadays most of the company people they are working in BIM 360. So this BIM 360 online platform also we should know, because some of the projects you maybe get online also. So that time you have to go in BIM 360. So BIM collaboration can be, we work on online and as well as offline. Offline we have to work local area network and wide area network, means LAN or WAN connection should be there, and there is a network cable has to be passed each and every computer, it should be connected. So each and everyone can see the project, and each and everyone can work the file get together. Okay, so this type of collaboration we will do in online, that is collaborate menu, online and offline both we can do. Okay, so I already told you there is a teamwork. So in teamwork what we have to do, we are going to put a server here. So there is a server. You just imagine there is one company is there. They are putting a server. So in the server, what we will do? We will keep one file here. We are going to keep a project file. File means project. And this project file, multiple person has to be do the project here. Some A person, here some one more person, B person, here one more it is there, C person, one more it is there, D person, one more it is there, E person. Like that, multiple person he is taking that file and is working. Am I right? That is the project. Total overall folder will be there in that. But here, this server, when we are going to make it login, so there are two types of files we will get it. Okay, one file directly if we are working, that file we will call as a local file. Local file. And the local file means individual person can work. Individual person can work in project. That is local file. That we will call as a local file. Means right now there is a folder in server I kept and I have given one project file to him to make the work on that, to do the work on that. So now what will happen? Someone A person I have given the work and there is a file is there in the server. Right. So this file I given the A person to do some work like mechanical or services. The BIM project has to be do based on the design of AutoCAD. So what will happen when the A person will be open the file? So that time he can able to open and he can able to do the work. Again that same file if I give another person like as a B person. So if we open that file, that time when he will open that file, it will becomes under read only. You know read only? Yes guys, read only means not editable, non-editable we can say. Because if any of the file if it is open and some other person is ready to get that open that file, it will be not open, it will become a read only. Because and here it will be shown in such a way that this file already some XYY person has already opened. If you want to open, it will be open, but it will be opened in read only. And whatever the work you will do, that work is not going to be saved directly in that file. It will be saved with separate file. You have to make it save once again that file. So this type of file we will call as a local file. Individual person who will do the work in a project, that file we will call as a local file. Local means only one person can do the project and that file only one person will be have a right to edit that file. Got it? So in AutoCAD also you can see if one person is open the file from the server and if the same file the other person will be open, it will become read only. It will be show you in read only. So there is no one tool in the market is there that same file multiple person can work in a project. Same file. Because already I told you in BIM projects, Revit is a single tool. It's a single file. It's a single file. In that file, multiple person can work. Multiple person can do the work in BIM. Because single file, multiple person can do the work. How it is possible? Because when we are going to work in a team, more than one person it is going to be join the project, same file he needs to edit that projects. So that time that file we have to make it convert into a other format of file. And that format of file we will call as a central model file. Central model. You know central model? That file we will call as a central model file. And in central model file, multiple person can work. Multiple person can work in project. Okay, here central file we have to make it multiple person work. So now I already told you there is a server. In that server we have kept a file. So this file we have to make it convert into central file. So this local file we have to do the convert. We have to do the conversion from local to central. We have to convert that file into local to central. So that file we will call as the central model file. So here in Revit we have to convert this file into central model. Okay, because teamwork has to be done. So whatever the work the other person, the third person, fourth person, the multiple person, when they will do, all the data will be saved in a single file. There is no other tool is there in the market. The same file multiple person can work. Okay, if you check it in Google also, you can check it in with other your colleagues also, your friends who is working in other field, you can check it, because single file multiple person working is not possible at all. Okay, so that's the reason here we will make it that single file into multiple person can able to edit that file, and that file we will call as the central model file. Central model we have to call as a model. Okay, so how we will convert this file into central model? Because right now you went a company and there is no one is there in that company. Just imagine, and you only the first person has joined that company, and that company has got a big projects of BIM, and they are allowing you to establish that project with your first projects. They are thinking in such a way, and you are the only key person for that projects. So that time what you will do, you are only the one person, because you have to do that project, individual work you have to do. So that time you have to start a new design file with the Revit, and you can do the work continuously, because individual file you are doing, because no one is there, only you are only the single person. So that time you have to do the work in local file, that is fine, single person. But some days after joining you, some days after 10-15 days, one more guy is also joined in that company. So that time he also has to be work your project. So that time there is no possibility that your file you can make it another person, another file. It is not possible, because in BIM we have to work in a single file only. Okay, so that's the reason what we have to do. So that single file you only already existing, you are working, but if the other third person or second person is came, so if he has to be work on that file, so that time it's not possible, because if you give that file to him, the same file, it will become read only, and he will be not able to edit that file properly, and it will be big headache for you as well as him. So that is the reason when any company, if you went more than one guy is joined in that company, so that time you have to make that file convert into central model file, because we have to do the conversion from local file to central model file, and the conversion process you have to do that file. Then only, not second person, third person, multiple lakhs of people can open that file, and there will be a no read only will come in while editing the projects. So whatever the services he will do, the same services you can able to see your system also, and whatever the work you will do, the same work he can also able to see their systems. So like that, here this coordination will be happen in a collaborate, and by making this central model file. Okay, so how to convert this file, that we have to learn this course for this collaborate menu. Okay, so if you click that collaborate, you will find there is one more collaborate will become. Am I right? You will find there is one more collaborate will become. By clicking that collaborate, you will find there is an menu will become, and in that menu you can see there is a work set. There are a number of work set will be there, because work set is also one of the menu in that while working in a project with the help of this central model file, that time you have to use the work set. So you have to click the collaborate, again collaborate. After clicking the collaborate, one menu will become. In that menu it is going to ask you that your file is going to be converted into central model file. So would you like to move forward, or yes or no, it will be going to ask. So if you click yes, Again one more palette will become, and in that palette also it is going to be show you that your project, when you are going to convert this central model, you want to work online or offline. It is going to show you whether you will work online or offline. Online means you have to go BIM 360, offline means you have to go local area network, LAN or WAN. So that also you have to make it tick on that side. So that time what will happen, your file is going to be make it conversion from local to central model, and that conversion will be happen with some few seconds it's going to be take, and your file is going to be saved in that project. So after making the conversation, there will be a work set will be there. Work set will be used for distributing the work. For distributing the work, because you have to distribute the work, you have to distribute the task. So you can say distribution task in project, because we have to distribute the task in a project with work set, with the help of work set. Because just example, now you can see you are a civil BIM modeler and you have joined a project. So there is a multiple components you need to make the model. Am I right? Because you have to do the column placement, you have to do the footing placement, beam placement, means individual person is not possible. So that time you have to give that work to other, because someone has to do the placement of the foundation, someone has to do the placement of the column, someone has to do the placement of the beam. Like that, individual person you can able to distribute the task by using this work set. So you have to create number of work set, and that work set will be helpful while creating and distributing the project in a team. So it's a teamwork, because every time when you are going to distribute the work in a project, so you have to create the work set. Okay, so work set you have to create, because if you are working with the civil, so you have to give one work set for footing, so the person will be work footing, and one work set will be you have to give for columns, the person is going to be work for the columns. If you are giving a work set for beam, the person is going to work for the beam, because here each and every person has to be work with their own work set, because work set is nothing but it's a one folder. You can imagine in AutoCAD we can say there is a layers. In AutoCAD you will see there is a multiple layers we are going to create while drafting the projects, while we are making the drawings in a project. So that times we have to create the layers. So the layers how we are creating, with the help of some name. There is a wall, there is a column, there is a beam, there is a door, there is a window. Like that we will create the layers, and in that layers also we are giving some colors. So by identifying the colors, by naming, we can able to get the project's segregations. So here also in the work set, we have to give the name of the component. By giving the name of the component, we can able to segregate the project easily, and it will be helpful while working the project in a team. So that's the reason each and every component we have to give the name of the component. So one person, now you can see here, this A person has started the project and he is doing some mechanical services, and the B person he is doing some electrical services, and the C person he is doing some plumbing services. Okay, and the D person he is doing some architecture work, and the E person he is doing some structure work. So what will happen, you can see the file is only one, and the same file we are working mechanical, electrical, plumbing, architecture, structure, everything we can able to work it. So what will happen, if the electrical person is going to be make some data working, so here the mechanical person has did some work, so mechanical one work set, electrical one work set, plumbing one more work set, architecture, structure, like that we have to create the work set here with the service wise also, task wise also, even the component wise also we can able to create the work set. So here what will happen, if the A person has work, the work has to be save here in server. Again the B person is going to work, he will save the work, again C, again E, again D, like that all the persons who is going to be work the project, all the data is going to be saved in a single file, and that file we will call as the central model file. So after creation this work set, each and every guys you have to assign the work set. when we are going to assign the work set, each and every guys will be log in with the system, so their ID will be visible in the work set, because the ID is showing that this task which person is working. We can able to see by sitting our system also, but in AutoCAD it's not possible. Okay, so in a project you can see we have created multiple levels, am I right? Because only one file multiple person has to be work, so multiple levels we have created. So in workset also we can able to create multiple levels wise also, because one person has to be work in ground floor, another person has to be work in first floor, second floor, like that multiple person can work in a project. So like that also we can able to do the workset creation. Okay, so here what will happen after creation the workset, if you have distributed the task all the person who is working in that project, so that time what will happen, when they have did some work and after completion of that work we have to do the save that all data into a server. So how we will save? With the help of Control S only we are going to save the local file, am I right? Because something you are working and you are going to save that data, so what you will do? You will do Control S, or in menu there is a file menu, there is an option is there, save, am I right? With the help of that save option you are doing the saving the data by clicking. But here in center model the Control S is not going to be work out here. There is a separate menu for the there is separate menu is there for making the your data should be saved. So that menu it is there in collaborate. Again there is a central modify settings, central with modify settings, there is an option is there. So with the help of that option we have to save the data. So modify with center, this option is going to be save the data whatever the files you have did in a projects. So modify central with modify settings, one option is there, that option. So what will happen, you can see here your file is in here and some A person is working, B person also working, C also working. So now A person has did some of the work, some 15-20 minutes he has completed the work, and that file he has saved, and that file is directly saving in a server, so directly it is saved. Again some B person is also doing some work, he has to save the file. So while working A person he has to do the central with modify settings, you have to click. Okay, so central with modify settings means here there is an option will be there, synchronize with modify setting. We can say central is nothing but synchronize with modify setting. There is an option is there, in that option you just click it. So whatever the A person has did the work, that all the data is going to be saved in a file. Okay, so whatever the data the A person has did, the same data it should be reflect B, C, D, all the person should be reflect. So while reflecting that data there is one more menu is there, relinquish all mine. There is one more menu is there. So after completion of the synchronizing and settings you have to go with relinquish all mine. So relinquish all mine menu is going to give the data distribution to the other person, because the A person whatever the work he has did, the same work the B, C, E, D, E person should be visible. So when you will visible, if you do the relinquish, so whenever you will do the synchronize you have to click the relinquish button also. So if you clicking the relinquish button, the B, C, D person is not able to see the data directly. When they will see the data, if the B person again has to be do synchronize, again he has to do relinquish, then only the A person whatever the data he has completed, that data is going to be visible the B person. Like C, D, E, like that if there is a multiple person are working in a project, so all of them will be see this data directly continuously. So here Control S will be not working here, because we have to go with synchronize with modify settings. There is an option is there, with the help of that option we have to save the file. Okay, clear. So here one more menu is also there in collaborator, reload latest. Reload latest. Okay, so what will happen? Some of the times one person is working here, some B person or C person working, and what will happen in between? He has went for some meeting, or he went for as a cup of tea or coffee. So in between, what will happen? Sometimes he is spending outside while not working in a project. So in between, what will happen? The one person has went for the meeting or some tea or coffee, he went, but the rest of the person, he is working continuously in that project. Am I right? Because there is a team is there, 4 to 5 person are working, and they are all working with the central model file. But in that 4 person, one person has went for meeting. Some 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, he is going to come and he is continuing the work. So within that 10 minutes, when he is not able to do the work, but the other 3% is continuing his work. So when he will go, and after some 10 to 15 minutes, when he will come back, you have to click this reload latest. If you click this reload latest, what will happen? Within that 10 minutes, when you are not in the system, you have not did any work. So whatever that work in between that 10 minutes you have went, the other person, what they have did, this all data is going to be reflect your systems directly with the help of this reload latest. Okay, so this reload latest is going to be helpful in this way. So don't start without clicking the reload latest, because if you are going to start without clicking the reload latest, what will happen? Your connectivity from the server is going to be disconnected, because you are continuous, because the server is monitoring all the project systems along with the work set. If any one the work set is not working continuously, it will be disconnected from the file, and it is going to be show you some dialog box that your file is not going to be saved, because it is out of from your central model, it is out of from your synchronizing model. Like that, it is going to be show some of the dialog box, and that time what will happen? Whatever the data you have did, that also is going to be lost, and whatever the data again the other person has did, that data you are unable to visualize also. So again you have to close the file, again you have to open the file in such a way. So it will be a huge time taking process will be happen between closing and opening the project. So that's the reason whenever you will go somewhere else, you have to come and click the reload latest. So what will happen? All the data is going to be visualized in front of you, and you can able to continue the project. And that is the way, while clicking the reload latest, again the connectivity from the server is going to be active again, because within 10 minutes it was in deactive mode. Again by clicking, it will be becoming active. So like that you have to do the reload latest. So here this option is also there. Here we can able to make it the activate. And here one more option is there, show history. Show history also one of the option is there. In the show history, we can monitor the project. Monitoring we can say. Monitoring the project also we can say. Okay, monitoring means most of the people, what will happen when you will join any company, because all the persons in the team will be not in active mode always. All the peoples will be not in active mode. All the team members cannot do the work same efficiently. Some people maybe do more work, some people maybe do less work. Some people they will disturbance in mind, he is not able to focus the work also sometimes. Some hours he will miss that work. Some people who is active, he is no tension at all, he is doing work very effectively. So like that in a team, most of the people will be do in such a way. So that time what will happen? Your task, your data, we can able to get the monitoring. Here, this central model file is not for working in the team. Here, the central model file is going to be monitoring the team. Here, monitoring in the team, because who is working, who is not working. We can able to do the monitor also here. So monitoring is very much important, because the team manager or the team leader who is coordinating with the team, the projects, he has to do the monitor. He is nothing doing any work. He is taking work from you only. The employees only, it has to be do the work. The manager, the team leader, he will never do. He is managing the team, that's all. He is monitoring the team. He is assigning the work. He is distributing the work to the team. He is giving the work set wise task to the team, and he is monitoring the project, that how much work has been finished and how accordingly we have to move the work day to day for making finishing of this project. So he is do the same work, but there is a huge team is there, some 20-30 people are working, but each and every body while manually monitoring is not possible. We can't do, because we are human beings. Human beings can do something is unlimited. Unlimited work, it's not possible to do. So that's the reason here in show history we can able to get the history of the project, the person who is working from which time to which time, and how much the data he has completed, we can able to see in the history. It is possible here, because when morning when you came and when you start the work, the time will become, and the time also it is going to be show you the interval also, because when you are going to save the synchronization, your time is going to be updated from the server, this history palette, and you can able to see your project also, how much data you have completed. So this way, with the help of this show history, the monitoring is very much important, because most of the people in a company from morning they will come, they will never do any work, but just only panning the mouse, that's all, zooming and zoom out the project, that's all. The other person, they will think, yes, this guy is working good, they will think in such a way, but that person is nothing is doing, he is just making the zooming and zoom out and panning the project, that's all. He is not updating any model, he is not checking the model, just zooming and zoom out, and he is telling his colleague his personal history, his personal all biodata, everything he is discussing with him, because his job is like that, to talk other persons, and he is thinking that nobody is seeing him, nobody is monitoring him, he is just murmuring each other, and the work nobody is take caring him. But you don't think in such a way, because when you are working in a BIM projects, everyone will be monitoring you, because this BIM model is the first monitor. When you will access this model into a server, from the server, the team leader will be get your ID directly, because he can sit in his cabin and he can able to check your data also without calling you, without discussing you also, he can able to monitor the project. So this way, while working in a central model file, we will be always active mode. We will be, don't think in such a way that nobody is take caring him and nobody is watching him, that whatever the mistakes, whatever the errors you are doing, nobody will take care of your projects. And the time period also, you are enjoying the project. But it will be very difficult, because one day your project team leader or your company people may be terminate you also, because if you are not doing your work, because every day they need some output from you, and if the output is not coming properly day to day life, so they will be terminate you. There is no point of view to discuss with you, because you are just playing the project by making zoom in and zoom out, but you are not doing any work. So that is very big effect in the team. If anyone is not working properly, so it will be a project totally collapse, it will be affect the whole team. Because here in BIM, each and every services will be monitoring, and it is going to be affect, and it is going to be supported each and every persons in a team. So if anyone is making a discrepancy, it will be affect the whole team. It will be affect the whole project also. The time schedule, the submission schedule, everything it is going to be affected. And it's a big problem for the company also meanwhile. Okay, so that's the reason this history is very much important while working in a project. And one more also there here is editing request. One more menu is also there. There is a editing request. Okay, so editing request is also one of the major tool we can say while in a project, because what will happen, you some task you have given to somebody and you also doing some task. Okay, so here you just example here, some C person has doing the plumbing work and some B person is doing the electrical work, because both are working in the same project, same file, same location also maybe. Because the plumbing guys, he is working in the kitchen area, and the same kitchen area the electrical guy is also working, because he is making his model and the plumbing guy is making his model. So whenever we are going to take the work in the same place, same area, same location, so that time what will happen, some of the request messages will be come to you, permission level, because same place, same area, the server don't know who is working this area and which data shall I can edit here, which data shall I can give the modeling work here. So it will be not in permission stage. So that's the reason what will happen here, the server is going to be give some messages directly to you, that some editing request, some data is going to be deleted from your model. It is going to be show some of the messages. Because here what will happen, each and every workset is have own ownership will be there. Each and every workset will be have their own ownership. And if any data is deleting or if anything is making any modification, moving, so the other person is going to get the permission. It is, we have to give the permission to him. Okay, right now you have did some column placement you have completed. If the other person has deleted that column, so what will the use of for making the model? Nothing. Because in a team, sometime what will happen, your colleague is seeing your project, your these efforts and everything, and he is doing some cheating with you. Maybe sometimes some disputes may be happen between the team. Because if you go in any organization, if you do in a teamwork, maybe all the person mentality will be not at same. Maybe someone has some revenge to others, some work wise or some personal wise may be there. So someone has to be showing their revenge in the project wise also, because you are creating some model but other person is deleting that model. So what will happen, it is no use. Because you are thinking, sir, I am completing the work, but other side, the other person is deleting your work. So what will happen? At last you will be zero, nothing output. So here in BIM, there is a protection is also there. Protection means security. Here the security is also there, because whatever the models you are going to create, that models the other person is unable to delete. The other person is not able to delete. Okay, because if we want to delete that data, the person who has completed the model, he will get the request message. He will get the request message that someone has touched your task, someone has touched your data, and he is asking some editing or some modification request. So if you are going to give the permission, so your data is going to be deleted. So you have to check who is asking this permission, who is touching my data. So you have to check it. So without grant permission from your end, he will be never do any editing, any modification. It's not possible his end. So that's the reason here each and every component is a protection wise, it is security wise. No one can do any modification here, and it will be affect the whole project if it is do like that. So here one more menu is also there, editing request. So here in editing request there will be two options will be there. One is grant, means you have to grant the permission, and another is deny. Deny is nothing but retract. You have to reject that permission. That we will call as a retract. Deny by retract. So if you are saying, sir, yes, it is possible, you can able to do some modification, so you have to give the grant permission. If the person is not ready to do any modification, then you have to remove the permission. So by using deny or retract, you have to reject that permission if it is want. So if you do like that, your all data which you have completed in the BIM model will be protective. It will be security. No one will be deleted. No one can do any modification also. It's not possible. So like that, the project is going to be organized in such a way. Okay, so this collaborate tool, it will be utilized in a project with the teamwork we can be do. Okay, so how to create this collaboration work, how to create this collaborate work set work, how to create this collaborate as a central model file, everything we have to know before starting the project. So now you already started some work in a project. So meanwhile, you have to know the value of collaboration, value of the teamwork, and value of working in a project with a group of peoples, because the project time will be take very less if you are working as a team. So less time consuming, more effective work, and the output data should become accurately with a proper way along with the less time. So that type of project, when we are working, that project we will call as a collaboration work, collaboration project. We can able to tell that problem. Okay, so there are few menus will be there, there are few process will be there. So this all process, all these menus, I will share you with the practical also. So the next session I will take the practical, and in the practical you can able to see this process, how to create this central model file, how to create this the saving that file, how to create this local file, everything you should be know on this by using this collaboration menu. Okay, so I will